I'm sure we all are afraid of something, whether that be spiders or other creepy insects or even the fear of heights. Let me know in the comments below what you're afraid of. But today we'll be looking at some of the wildest uncommon phobias out there, from an irrational fear of your mother-in-law to the fear of chins. Let's talk about this and more only in today's video. Top 10 real phobias that people actually have, part 2. But before I go any further, what if I told you there was a way to watch endless, entertaining, and engaging documentaries? Well, you can with Magellan TV. Magellan TV is a membership streaming service founded by filmmakers that work closely with a team of producers and curators to make premium content that is always informative and takes the audience on a journey deep into the documentary's contents. They have over 3,000 titles to choose from, and they add new programs on a weekly basis, so there's always something for you to watch. Now, one of my favorite shows that I loved watching on Magellan TV was one called Deadly Dates. It is so good. It's all about the dark side of the web and the horrors of online dating. The show features a number of real stories from individuals whose dates turned deadly. The suspense and eeriness got me addicted, and I binge watched all the episodes already. You should definitely check it out. Now, what's great is that the shows are available in 4K without any additional fees and no ads or commercials. You can even stream it on a number of devices or even cast it from your phone to your TV to watch it on the big screen. If you're interested, go ahead and check the link in the description box for a 1-month free trial with Magellan TV. Also, they have gift cards available if you love it and want to gift it to someone else. So if you're interested, check the link below to unlock Magellan's entire collection of documentaries. And now, let's get on with the video. Starting off this countdown, we have syngensophobia. You won't believe what this phobia is about. Comment down below and take a wild guess. Syngensophobia is an irrational fear of your relatives. Yeah, you heard me. Now, this is a type of social phobia that falls under the category of anxiety disorders. Individuals with this phobia might experience extreme anxiety when they have to get together with their family. As a result, individuals with this phobia will try to avoid all family gatherings. Now, one can develop this phobia for a number of reasons. Maybe something traumatic happened in the family, and every time you see your relatives, it reminds you of that. Or maybe you have a really toxic family, and that's what brought on this anxiety. Lastly, science has shown that soap operas have caused this fear. Yeah, you heard me, soap operas. That's because in those shows, certain relatives like aunts or mother-in-laws are portrayed as evil and conniving. Maybe you have the sweetest relatives in the world, but if you watch too many soap operas, you may think that they're all out to get you. In our 9th spot, we have chaetophobia. This is the fear of hair, animal or human hair. So people with this phobia may fear people with long hair, so me, or even animals since they have hair. They may also fear hair on their own head. That's on the more extreme end of this phobia though. More commonly, they fear loose, detached hair, like going into someone's bathroom and seeing a wad of hair in their shower stall. Ugh, it's gross. Or the loose hair scattered along the deck of a swimming pool, or even finding someone's hair in your food. That just makes me sick. Anyways, this phobia might be somewhat related to the fear of head lice or dandruff. It's thought to be under the category of germophobia, the fear of germs. If they have an extreme case of this phobia, they may be obsessed with removing every hair on their body. That's pretty intense. Coming in at number 8, we have trypophobia. This fear is considered one of the most common phobias you've never heard of. Trypophobia is the fear of small, closely packed holes. I'm sure you've all seen that image of someone's hand and it has like special effects makeup on it, or it's edited to look like it has tons of these weird pores all over it. Ugh, like even that creeps me out. But people with this fear will have extreme anxiety when they see photos like that. Other things that can trigger someone with this fear are honeycombs, strawberries, pomegranates, bubbles, and cantaloupe. Now, scientists have been fascinated with this phobia. They're trying to understand what causes one to be afraid of tiny holes. In 2013, scientists suggested that maybe those with this fear subconsciously associate the holy items with dangerous animals. Like, take a look at lotus seed pods. It can be associated with blue ringed octopus because of the appearance. Or even look at alligators and crocodiles reptiles, and even certain snakes and insects. They have a bunch of bumps or circular markings on their bodies. But a study in 2015 argued that the fear is your body's natural protective response to avoid infectious skin diseases that could damage your skin. Either way, it's a very real and scary phobia. Coming in at number 7, we have somniphobia. There's nothing I love better than plopping down after a long day and getting a nice, long, and deep sleep. But people with this phobia have a fear of sleep, which obviously is a bad fear to have since our bodies need sleep in order to function properly. People with this phobia might have panic attacks around bedtime and might force themselves to stay up as long as they can. The main cause for this phobia is if the person suffers from really bad night terrors or sleep paralysis. If they've had a number of bad experiences with those, they might not want to fall asleep. Even bad experiences with sleepwalking can trigger this phobia. Moving on to number 6, we have turophobia. This is the fear of cheese. Don't get it twisted though. Someone with this phobia isn't just like, ew, I don't like the taste of cheese. Like, no, they get full-on anxiety or panic attacks when they see or smell cheese. I understand the smell part though. Some really strong cheeses smell a bit like stinky feet. Anyways, this phobia might develop after a traumatic experience with cheese. For example, a woman named Katie Weston came forward saying she has this fear. For her, it developed after she ate string cheese as a kid and threw up immediately after. Now she can't touch cheese and certainly can't eat it. Other people who might get this phobia are people who are lactose intolerant, because eating cheese will literally cause them to become sick. We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with penthrophobia. So I just talked about having a fear of your relatives. Well, penthrophobia is having an irrational fear of specifically your mother-in-law. Now, this is way different than just simply disliking your mother-in-law. People with this phobia will get severe panic attacks from having to see or talk to their mother-in-law. It is believed that hereditary, genetics, and a person's brain chemistry all contribute to this phobia. Maybe one developed this after some traumatic event occurred with their mother-in-law, or a traumatic event occurred with their own mother in their childhood. Additionally, a person might develop this phobia after meeting their mother-in-law for the first time, or even might develop it years later after already knowing their mother-in-law. Moving on to number 4, we have tyrannophobia. This one is a pretty specific phobia. So it's the fear of being tickled with feathers. Yeah, specifically with feathers. Dude, I hate being tickled. Like, don't even try to dig your nasty little fingers into my belly because I will punch you. But I haven't been tickled with feathers, and frankly, I never want to be. Tickling is like this weird form of torture. Like, it hurts so much, but you can't stop laughing. Anyways, I'm rambling. Tickling someone with feathers, especially during childhood, may cause them to have a negative association with them when they're older. It will bring them back feelings of being trapped and having difficulty breathing. So let's just ban tickling altogether. It's just unnecessary. Who's with me? I'm gonna sign a petition. Coming in at number 3, we have geniophobia, aka the fear of chins. Yes, chins. It's a good thing that we have to wear masks now when we go outside. People with this phobia might experience extreme anxiety when they see a chin or even just by thinking of them. As a result, this can make social interaction very difficult, as you could only imagine. It is said that people with this phobia become fixated on people's chins. They especially don't like imperfect chins. So if your chin is too prominent, or if you have a double chin or a butt chin, this can trigger the anxiety in an individual. Now, how does one develop this fear? Well, it's believed that an injury might cause this. For example, let's say you fall down as a kid and injure your own chin. That could trigger this fear when you're older. Other than that, scientists don't really know what the main cause for this phobia is. And it's a really hard phobia to treat. In our second spot, we have anatidaephobia. This is another very specific phobia, and it's the fear of being watched by a duck. Literally, it's defined as, and I quote, the fear that somewhere, somehow, a duck is watching you. People with this phobia, though, might not only fear ducks, but they may also fear other birds, like waterfowl, like geese. Don't get me started, okay? Those are aggressive. At least here in Canada, they are. Don't get in their way ever. Anyways, like most other phobias on this list, it most likely develops after having a bad experience with a duck. Maybe the individual was chased, attacked, or bitten by one. People with this phobia constantly worry about ducks, like thinking they'll just show up out of nowhere and attack you. Just watch out for geese, guys. I'm telling you that now. Watch out. I got bit by geese once. I'm not happy. And in our number one spot today, we have phobophobia. Take a wild guess at what this phobia is. It is, in fact, a phobia of having phobias. Sounds crazy, right? Like, I didn't even think this was a real thing, but indeed it is. And as you can imagine, this is a pretty complex phobia. So let's say there's something that brings you fear. Not only are you afraid of that, but then your phobia kicks in and you're afraid of the fear that you're feeling. So it's like getting hit double time with anxiety. And then you're fearing the fear that you're feeling to the fear, and it's like a vicious cycle. It's a pretty intense phobia, to say the least. All right, guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below which one of these phobias you found the most interesting. Did you know these? I just mind blown. I just know so much information now. And now, speaking of comments, we're gonna move on to our comment shout out portion. I'll be shouting out comments from the video Top 10 Dark Things Found in Chernobyl Part 3. Carter Giles commented, Lindsay Ivan is probably secretly going to these places. No, absolutely not. Never. Sorry. I'm just not. No. Chef Thomas commented, also, the black bird of Chernobyl sounds a lot like Mothman. Pretty freaky. Yes. What did I say it like that? I was like, yes. Yeah, when I was researching, it said that the blackbird is basically like the Mothman, which is pretty freaking creepy. Maybe they're related somehow. I don't know. Are they distant cousins? Maybe. Subho Brata Biswas commented, I clicked the video light speed. I just love the Chernobyl videos. Love from India. Oh my gosh, all the way from India. Let me know in the comments below where you guys are from. This is incredible. So I love it. We're worldwide. We're international, baby.
It's Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide.
All right, guys, that's all the comments I'm showing out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see ya when I see ya. Trypophobia is the fear of small Excuse me, sorry. Is there a fear for burping? Sorry. Will literally cause them to become sick. Do you mind? And then you're fearing the fear that you're feeling to... What? And then you're fearing the fear...